Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, Open University.
Hello dear student, have a nice day. Myself Kiran Patel, Assistant Professor in School of Computer Science of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, Open University, Ahmedabad, Gujarat. Dear students, we are going to start with the course RDBMS, Relational Database Management System. In today's session, we will learn about the Block-3, Oracle Server and SQL. Unit-2 is a stored procedure and functions. This is the second part of this unit. Now we will start with the Block-3, Oracle Server and SQL. In this, Unit-2 is a stored procedure and functions. First of all, we see the agenda of the Unit-2 is a learning objectives, introduction of stored procedure and functions, stored procedure and its components, types of parameters, creating stored procedure with the DML statements, deleting stored procedure, function, passing the parameter to the function, calling the function and deleting function, etc. After completed this unit, students will be able to understand what is procedure and functions, how to create the procedure and functions, how to execute it, etc. Now, in last lecture, we already completed the theory part of the stored procedure. Today, we have been discussed about the creating stored procedure with example. How to create the stored procedure? Try to understand using example. Suppose we have an employee table name as a EMP. After creating the employee table, insert the few records in it. Now we will create a procedure for update the salary of the employee 5000 whose ID will be passed by the parameter. Means the procedure will update the employee salary 5000 whose employee ID is passed by the user. See in the example, here there are the two parameter. EN is a one parameter and SAL salary as a second parameter, which is used to accept the value from the outside the calling statement. Here in is used for accepting the value. Now how to write the procedure? Create or replace the procedure and then procedure name. This is the user defined name. In the bracket, we have needed two parameters, employee ID and then salary. And both parameter will accepting the values from the user. So it will define as a in. En is a variable name. In is a parameter mode which is used to accept the value and then number is a data type. Same as the salary. SAL is a variable name. In is a parameter mode which is used to accepting the value from the user and stored in a salary, and then it will define as a number. Then is. For accepting the value, both variable en and sl is defined as a in parameter. Now in begin section, we have to write down the update query. Update query is used to update the salary column value using the cell variable and match employee number column using en variable and then display the output records are updated. See, update, then table name, employee, EMP, set salary column, here it is a column name, is equal to SAL is a variable name. See, this parameter pass here. So, in a salary value is set in a salary column. Then where employee number, this is a column name, is equal to EN is a parameter name which is matched with this employee column name. After that, updating the records, it will display record are updated. At the end, the procedure will end. So END end and then procedure name. Here the name is same as this name because the procedure is end. Now execute the procedure using procedure name with the passing the two parameters like exe. EXEC is a executable command and this is the procedure name. In the bracket 1, 65,000 is the parameter. See, 1 is passed in a EN number and 65,000 is passed in a salary column. So this variable. So 1 is matched with this employee number column and 65,000 value is matched with this column. Note that when you create the procedure and compile it, and if any error or warning is occur, like warning procedure created with compilation error, if you compile and if any error, then it will display the warning procedure created with the compilation error. Then how to view the error? Error is view using show error command. Like show error, it will show error with the line number and column name also. But if you execute the procedure and it will correct and there is no any error, then it will display procedure created. Finally, it will store in a memory after compilation. Now, how to execute the stored procedure? After creating the procedure, there are two ways to creating or executing the procedure. First is using exe or a execution statement, and second one is the using PLSQL block. Now see, first of all, using exe or executable statement, how to execute the procedure after creating using exe or execute. You can write down exec or execute whole name. After that procedure name and then in the bracket parameter name. So you can use either this or this. Otherwise, you can using PLSQL block. So, here in the example, exe is a command name, then procedure name in the bracket 1 and 65,000. See, in employee table and check the record whose ID is 1. See, the employee number ID is 1 and the salary is updated 65,000. We pass here, this amount is stored in a table. How to check? Using select star from table name, and you have to check the records, or select star from table name where employee number is equal to 1. You can check easily using select statement. Now, using PLSQL block we will discuss later. Now start with the creating stored procedure using in parameter. What is the use of in parameter? Here we will create a stored procedure using in parameter which is used to accept the single parameter value. See, in the example, create or replace procedure, then procedure name. You can give any name related to the procedure code. Here in parameter, we will give the procedure name in parameter. In the bracket, where is a variable name. Then in is a accepting the value from the calling statement and stored in a where variable, which is defined as a varchar 2. So it will store number as well as character as well as string. And then is. After that, you can define if any variable, then you can define here. But in this PLSQL procedure, we have not declared any variable, only parameter is this. Now begin. In begin, we can display one line statement like DBMS underscore output dot put underscore line in the bracket, single quotation, the argument pass is, and then variable, VAR, variable name, and bracket over and semicolon. When we pass the value, then it will store in a where, which is stored here. So it will display the argument pass is, then variable value is display. Pipeline is used to connect this message with the variable value. It will connect it and display in a single line. When successfully compiled, then it will display the procedure created. Now execute the procedure using exec, then procedure name in parameter name. So here the procedure name in the bracket 10. So 10 is stored in a where variable, and where variable display the 10. So the message is the argument pass is 10. See the output. Same as when we execute another time and pass the value Shiva. So it will pass in a variable, and this variable here display the Shiva. So the argument pass is the Shiva, right? So how to execute the in parameter? Like this. This is the procedure, and how to execute: when we pass the value, then it will pass in a variable and it will store this passing value and display it. Now next, how to create the store procedure using the out parameter. Here we will create the store procedure using the out parameter to return a single parameter. Out parameter is used to return the value. Same as like in is accepting the value from the calling side, and out is returning the value to the calling function. So here try to understand with the example. Create or replace procedure, then procedure name. Here we will give the procedure name out parameter. You can any name of the procedure because it is a user defined name. In the bracket where, then out is a parameter mode, and then varchar 2, then is. In begin, where is equal to welcome in a BAU. This is the string which is used to store in a variable. Now how to call the store procedure of the out parameter? Call the store procedure using the PLSQL block. In PLSQL block, in declaration section, we define the variable v1 as a varchar 2 and size is 100. In begin, out parameter is a procedure name, and here we define v1 variable. So v1 variable is used to accepting the value from the procedure and display it like welcome in a BAU. See here in where variable, where is defined as a out parameter mode. So welcome in a BAU is pass or it is sent to the variable v1. So it will display welcome in a BAU. Now creating store procedure using in out parameter. What is the use of in out parameter? Here we will create the store procedure to accept and return both using the in out parameter. So in is accepting the value and out is returning the value. Now in this example, create or replace procedure Then procedure name. You can give any name of the procedure. In the bracket, where, then in out, then varchar 2, then is. In this, begin and end. In begin or end, where is equal to where and then pipeline welcome in a bow. Here, where variable is a accepting value as well as returning the value. So, when we call the procedure in out, then we pass the value in a variable which is display here, and it will combine with the welcome in bow and then returning the calling function. Now, how to call the store procedure of in out? See, to execute the store procedure of in out parameter using the PL/SQL block. Here, in a declaration part, variable v1 is used as a varchar 2 and size is a 100 is equal to store Mitesh. Mitesh is stored in a v1. In a begin section, in out procedure name and pass v1 is used to give the value to the procedure and receive the value from the procedure. See, in the output, Mitesh welcome in bow. So, this Mitesh value is stored in a v1 and then we pass in a procedure which is pass here in this variable, and Mitesh is a combined with the welcome in bow because it is a pipeline. So, Mitesh is combined with this string welcome in bow and then it is also a out variable. So, variable Mitesh welcome in bow is written. So, it will display Mitesh welcome in bow. The procedure is successfully completed. Now, at the end, thank you all. Today we have been discuss about the second part of the PL/SQL store procedure and function, in which we include the creating store procedure with the example. Execution of store procedure. Store procedure using in, out and in out parameter mode. In means accepting the value, out means returning the value, and in out means accept as well as return the value to the calling procedure. Now, in a next session, we will continue to start the remaining topics such as a store procedure with the example, in which create the store procedure with the DML statements. If you understand this session and getting the knowledge from this session, then please subscribe the BAOUGujarat. And once again, thank you all.